Today we'll look at how to set contact search distance to ensure robust convergence. Here we have two blocks that are originally touching, and what we'd like to do is put a gap of 1/10 of an inch between them. Next we'll create our simulation files. And we'll create a multi-step nonlinear solution 401. We'll make sure that we select an output request for contact and also turn on large displacements. And lastly, we'll create a nonlinear static subcase with an end time of 1 second and 1 increment. Alright, now we'll put a brick mesh on our bodies. Here I've already assigned a material to the bodies, so it's going to automatically inherit those physical properties. We don't need to specify them. So we can go straight to the sim and start assigning our constraints. Here we'll fix the bottom and we'll put some user-defined constraints on the sides to only allow sliding. And then we'll put a load on the top which will push the two blocks into contact. Alright, and then lastly we'll specify our surface-to-surface contact. There's a couple of different ways we can do this, either with an automatic pairing or manual. For this example we'll use the manual pairing, where we'll select our source and target regions. And here, if I'm not paying attention, I'll just take the defaults for min and max search distance and say OK. But here you can see the max search distance is set to 39 thousandths of an inch, which is less than the gap that we have between our blocks. So if we go to try to solve, what we'll see is we won't get convergence. Here you can see the solution is bisecting and we don't have a converged solution. If we don't notice that in the solution monitor and go straight to our results, what we'll see is just a result at 0 seconds with a displacement of 0. Now, to fix the problem, what we need to do is simply specify a max search distance that's greater than the gap between the blocks. So here there was 1/10 of an inch between the blocks. I'll specify a max search distance of 110 thousandths. We'll go ahead and solve, and here we can see we have a converged solution. Here we can take a look at our results. We can see the displacements show that the block has moved the 1/10 of an inch to put it into contact, and our contact force has results. Now, if we were to originally have the blocks interfering, so here instead of 1/10 of an inch gap, let's put 1/10 of an inch initial interference between the two blocks, and then go ahead and update our finite element model. So that now our meshes are interfering, and go ahead and solve. We'll see again that the solution does not converge. And if we try to open our results, we'll see something similar to the last time when our solution did not converge, with a result at 0 seconds with a displacement of 0. Now, to get this solution to converge, we'll go ahead and edit our face contact, and we'll specify a min search distance that's larger negative than our initial interference. So here we had 1/10 of an inch initial interference. We'll set our min search to minus 0.11. Now when we go ahead and solve, we'll see in our solution monitor that our solution has converged. And we have results at 1 second that show the blocks in contact, and we have good contact force results as well. So those are some tips on how to properly set your min and max search distance to ensure robust contact convergence.